The terminal buzzed with the usual airport chaos, rolling luggage, overhead announcements, and the hum of impatient travelers. No one expected that amidst the routine, a single act of injustice would grab everyone's attention. Even fewer anticipated that Donald Trump, known for his business acumen and larger-than-life persona, would step in and redefine what it means to take a stand. What unfolded that day was more than just an airport confrontation. It was a lesson in courage, leadership, and the importance of standing against prejudice, no matter the stakes. The morning sun cast soft beams of light through the towering glass windows of JFK International Airport. Travelers shuffled through the bustling terminal, dragging their suitcases and clutching boarding passes. For most, it was just another day of transit, a layover between destinations, or a rush to catch a morning flight. Near the check-in counters, a man stood out, not because of his appearance, but because of the visible tension etched across his face. His name was Ahmed, a Middle Eastern immigrant who had spent years working tirelessly in the U.S. to support his family back home. Today, he was traveling to see them after 5 long years of separation. Dressed in a plain shirt and trousers, Ahmed clutched a worn leather bag. His palms were sweaty, not from guilt, but from the weight of being perceived as different. He'd dealt with stares before, but today was supposed to be a happy occasion. As Ahmed approached the security checkpoint, an officer stopped him. "Step aside," the man ordered, his voice clipped and impatient. Ahmed obeyed without question, his heart sinking. "What's in your bag?" the officer demanded, his eyes narrowing. Ahmed's English was shaky but sufficient. "Clothes, gifts for family," he explained, his voice trembling. The officer pulled Ahmed's bag aside for inspection. His tone became sharper, his questions more aggressive. "Where exactly are you traveling? Why are you so nervous?" A small crowd began to form at a safe distance, their curious gazes betraying discomfort. Whispers spread among them. Some wondered if the officer was acting on reasonable suspicion. Others noticed the undertone of bias. Seated in a nearby lounge, Donald Trump sipped his coffee while reviewing a stack of documents. Though absorbed in his work, his attention was drawn to the commotion near the security line. From his vantage point, he could see the officer's demeanor, the way he towered over Ahmed, the accusatory tone of his voice. Trump noticed Ahmed's hunched posture, the nervous way he gestured while speaking. Something about the scene didn't sit right with him. For a moment, Trump hesitated. He wasn't one to shy away from confrontation, but stepping into this situation was different. He knew that whatever he did would likely be filmed and scrutinized. Yet the thought of remaining silent felt even worse. Setting his coffee down, Trump rose to his feet. His towering presence and confident stride immediately drew attention as he approached the scene. The officer, noticing the crowd growing, looked up. "Excuse me," Trump said firmly. His voice carried over the murmurs, silencing the onlookers. "What's going on here?" "This is airport security business, sir," the officer replied, his tone defensive. "I understand," Trump said, his gaze unwavering. "But I also understand the difference between ensuring safety and singling someone out unfairly. Are you treating this man differently because of how he looks or where he's from?" The officer stammered. "No, sir. It's just a routine check." Trump gestured toward Ahmed. "Does he look like a threat to you? Or is this about assumptions you've made?" Turning to Ahmed, Trump softened his tone. "What's your name?" Ahmed's voice was barely above a whisper. "Ahmed, sir." "Well, Ahmed," Trump said, offering a reassuring smile, You don't have to be afraid. Just answer honestly. You're not alone here. Ahmed explained his travel plans, his voice trembling but clear. He spoke of reuniting with his family, of the gifts he'd saved to bring them. Trump listened attentively, nodding. When Ahmed finished, Trump turned back to the officer. Sounds like he's just a man trying to see his family. Is there any legitimate reason to detain him? The officer hesitated, then stepped aside. No, sir. He can go. Trump patted Ahmed on the shoulder. Safe travels, he said warmly. Ahmed nodded, tears welling in his eyes. By now, several bystanders had their phones out, recording the interaction. A few clapped quietly, while others murmured their approval. Among them was a young woman named Lisa, a teacher on her way to a conference. She approached Trump as he returned to his seat. "Mr. Trump," she said, her voice filled with admiration. "Thank you for stepping in. Most people wouldn't have done that." Trump shrugged. "It's not about being famous or powerful," he said. "It's about doing what's right, no matter who's watching." The video of the incident went viral within hours. Social media was flooded with clips of Trump's intervention, accompanied by hashtags like #StandAgainstRacism and #leadership in action. Ahmed, now safely reunited with his family, shared his side of the story in a heartfelt interview. "That man didn't have to help me," he said, "but he did. He reminded me that kindness and fairness still exist." The incident sparked widespread conversation about the importance of confronting prejudice, even in everyday situations. For Trump, it was a moment that showcased the power of leadership, not through grand speeches or policies, but through simple, decisive action. This story isn't just about Donald Trump or a single moment at the airport. It's about what we can all learn from it. Every day, we encounter opportunities to stand against injustice. The question is, will you step up when it matters most? If this story inspired you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories of courage and empowerment. Stay tuned for our next video, where we explore another powerful tale of justice and redemption.